Hey Justin. Ole'Pops here. I thought I'd do a video for you. It's been a while since I heard from you, and as you can see, I still sit out here on the front porch where we used to like to sit and listen to music. You recognize that? I bet you don't. That's that old Alpha big boy. Dan did a bunch of modifications to it. He's cut it down, put a band on it. See the little silver band? Put a glass finish on it. Reamed it out real good for me. I was sitting out here reading Christopher Morley's Haunted Bookshop. And I was smoking Cornell and Deal's Haunted Bookshop tobacco by the same name. And in honor of your wedding coming up in 2 or 3 days, I was having a little glass of rye. But I just got to thinking about you and hadn't heard from you, and I knew that your mom and your cousins and all of them was trying to get together a little surprise for you, and I didn't get a chance to participate, although I was given the opportunity. I had a couple of things that ran into my way. My computer broke down for one, and then my camera broke, and I had to get both of them fixed, and I did. But I just thought I'd jump on here right quick and give you a little shout. Maybe I can get it sent to you in time to beat your wedding, and tell you how much I miss you and how much I love you, and maybe get a little video to you before you and Julz tie the knot. And let you know I'm with you in spirit and in thought. Dan and I have joined a little pipe club. I say a little one, it's not going to be little too long. We found a bunch of folks from the YTPC that live in our area or within a 50-mile radius of Nashville, one way or another. And we've been meeting in Nashville on the first Sunday of each month. And last Sunday we talked Jill and Gracie into going. We had a meeting Sunday and had a lot of fun. On the way back, we stopped, I don't know if you ever heard of it or not, but the Colonial Suites in Nashville, we stopped there at their restaurant. Ain't nowhere as big as the Opryland Hotel or anything, but it's a real pretty swanky place. Of course, Gracie sprung. Food was excellent. They had a guy sitting there on a bar stool, much like what I do. He had a pretty good repertoire of music. But I think my favorite song that he did was one called "I'm Going to Take a 15-minute Break" right now, and I'll be right back in a few minutes. Of course, you can see my glasses, they're kind of dark. I got these, what you call them, transgression glasses. And they were dark when we walked in. Wasn't quite dark when we got through at the meeting. It's a little later than it is right now. It's about 4 o'clock right now. I guess you probably ain't up yet. When we walked in, got set at a table. The waitress brought our menus, and I had my glasses laying on the edge of the table. I wanted to say the nurse, but the waitress, the server, knocked my glasses off the table, and darn, she didn't. She turned around to see what she'd knocked off the table, and she kicked them underneath the table. The people sitting next to us, and I was thinking to myself, I said, somebody's gonna step on them and break them. So here I am, crawling up underneath the table on my hands and knees. Yeah, you can see that, can't you? Old Pop's down on his hands and knees. I'm here to tell you, it was a sight to behold, my big butt shining up in the air like that. But one thing I can tell you about it for certain, if you put your ear up against the leg of a stranger, you can actually hear them say, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's a fact. We got up and went to pay the ticket. They had one of them little signs. You seen the little wooden signs? It says AARP, and then it's got all the information. One of them little plaques behind the counter. So I reached in my wallet, pulled out my AARP card and handed it to the lady and asked for a senior's discount for me and Jill. Now, listen, sometimes it's better to pay full price than to try to get a senior's discount. That woman asked me for my ID. She was going to card me. I asked her, I said, ain't the fact that I've got an AARP card, ain't that enough? I mean, what? I asked her, I said, if I told you I was a pathological liar, would you believe me then? We was walking out of the club, or walking out of the hotel, and we passed by the club, the lounge, and they had music just thump, 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 just thumping. You lived with her. You did. You lived with her for a lot of years. You tell me when Jilly Darling's ever wanted to dance. Tell me. All of a sudden, she wanted to dance. Well, I thought to myself, it'd be a nice opportunity to have a drink. Gracie offered to buy us a drink. So I went in there and ordered me a ride on the rocks. They had some song I'd never heard of before, but you know the music that they play in them damn lounges, kind of like a disco lounge. Like I said, it was thump, 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 thump. You couldn't hear nothing but the bass and the thump, 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 thump. Anyway, I got out there on the dance floor. Now, you know me. I got a fake knee and a bum hip. Jilly Darling and Gracie got to laughing at me. Laughing at Ole'Pops. I asked them what they was laughing at. Gracie had the audacity to tell me that my dance moves looked like I was trying to tell the man on first to steal. What? 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 Man, a man marries a woman because he thinks she'll never change. And she does. A woman marries a man because she thinks he will change, and he doesn't. Man, you find yourself in a hole later, quit digging, Justin. Anyway, the next morning was Monday. She had a bunch of damn doctor visits. One of them was for her Alzheimer's. The other one was for her wasn't me. One of them was for her Alzheimer's and the other one was for her pain clinic. She had a new guy at the pain clinic, told her, he was, you know, new guy, trying to be, no, I don't guess gentle with her, but trying to joke around with her, get to know her a little bit. He cracked a joke with her. He told her, he said, oh, on your last urine test, your DNA came back looking backwards. She never missed a beat. She looked over at him and said, and? Think about it. Well, we went from there to her Alzheimer's doctor. They did her blood work up. They did her, what do you call it, all her meds. They checked her meds and made sure everything was all right. Then they wanted to do their counseling thing, you know. And during their counseling, they always come up with something new. The last time they wanted to talk to her, they wanted to talk to her about kleptomaniaism, or how some Alzheimer's patients display symptoms of kleptomania. And they brought this up again this time, and they said, don't be surprised if she experiences symptoms of kleptomania. And they said, don't be alarmed if it gets bad. And I just interrupted and I said, listen, if it gets bad, she'll just take something for it. They didn't know how to handle that one. Listen, I tell you what, the human brain is a wonderful thing, Justin. It starts working the moment that you're born. And it never stops until you start trying to counsel other human beings. We left from there, and we come on home. Gracie was at work. She opened that morning. We sat there at the house for a little while, and we watched the episode of Little House on the Prairie. I heard the dryer go off, so I got up and I was going to help her fold some laundry. We're sitting there doing socks. I got to thinking to myself, I said, what if these two socks that I'm matching together, what if they don't even like each other? Well, we got the laundry done and got to thinking about the Greenway. You know, the Greenway is just a few blocks. We took Hagen for a walk and was sitting on a damn bench down there, and a guy walked up to me and sat down beside me, and he had 9 watches on one arm and 5 watches on the other. Before he could even say a word to me, I looked over at him and I said, buddy, you got too damn much time on your hands. And I stood up. Jill had my cell phone, and I was thinking about calling you. But I didn't know what time you got up. And I was thinking, y'all are getting married in less than a week. I bet you're wondering if old Pops has any last words of wisdom or advice. I thought about all the dirty jokes that I'd heard in my life. Here they come again. They recognize me. Anyway, I thought about all the dirty jokes I'd heard in my life, and I thought, well, now, ain't a one of them gonna do. None of them's appropriate for anything that you want to hear. You probably want to hear something serious, something prophetic. So, here's something that my daddy told me. He said, son, a woman's like a hand grenade. You keep a ring on it, well, by God, the whole house is gone. And always remember, she's unique in every way, just like everybody else. Yep. Now you know, son, she's going to depend on you for your motivational skills. You know that, right? Everyone always said that they worked harder when you were around. The progress happens when a lazy man looks for an easier way to do things. And accidents happen when you try to diagonally park in a parallel universe. Now I bet you're saying to yourself, there ain't a bit of this helpful. None of this is doing me any good right now. Ain't that what you're saying to yourself? You're probably saying, I was expecting something like, Dad, I want you to tell me that you gotta remain friends. Friendship is the most important thing. Well, Justin, friendship among humans, like philosophy and art, is unnecessary and it's futile. It has no survival value. None whatsoever. Rather, it's one of those things that gives value to survival. Remember that. So ask yourself, what do we as humans know about survival? I mean, after all, dinosaurs were wiped off the face of the earth by an asteroid the size of a small sedan. And to that, I say, well, maybe they all shouldn't have been standing in the same place. Anyway, on our walk back home, me and O'Hagan saw a bumper sticker on a car that says, help stamp out, eliminate, and abolish redundancy. How about that? We got back to the house and the porch light was off. I walked inside and lit the switch, flipped it a time or two. Like the first time it wasn't going to work. Why do you flip it 2 or 3 times when the first time it didn't work? Anyway, it didn't work. So I figured it must be the bulb. So my question to you is, how does a drinking man change a light bulb? Do you know? He holds the bulb in one hand and he drinks until the house starts spinning. Have a happy life with a happy wife. I love you, man. I love Julz. Y'all be good to each other. I'm Ole'Pops.